Coming at you from the Steel City, you're listening to Poor Man's Podcast, Pittsburgh's premier comedy podcast. Your weekly dose of humor, hosted by Chris Hopper and with a new special guest each week. And here's your host, Chris Hopper. Woo! Woo!
Cheech on it with the woos this week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks, bro.
To the Poor Man's Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Along with me, as always, it's the wonderful, it's the beautiful Shaylee Baby. Shay, how are you this week?
Fantastic, Christopher. Happy to be here.
Are you?
Happy to be here.
Moon gazing. We'll get back to that.
Seems like you're excited.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, Shay. We're back at 565. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm going to, Cheech is here too. We'll talk about him. There we go. Smooth transition, ladies and gentlemen. With the new Instagram handle on there.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you saw that.
I did, man. I updated
Cheech-a-roni, my friend.
Cheech-a-roni.
Cheech-a-roni. Now nobody knows my fucking government, you know? Fuck up out of here.
Absolutely. And joining us as well, we have coming back, we have Dustin Dowling. Dustin, how are you this week?
Good, man. Good.
This week, like you're on every week. It's nice having you back.
This week. I'll be on next week.
Yeah. You know what? We would like to have Dustin back occasionally as our tech guy. So
I'll be that guy. Great. That's what my mom wanted me to do too. I told her no.
That's who actually booked this for you. Yeah. It's so weird. She's back. Whatever. And joining us as well is Pete Morris. Pete, how are you this week?
I'm good. I'm great. Your setup stresses me out a little bit.
Why?
Well,
I've heard that, but why so with you?
Let's put it this way. I almost hit a lady on the way here, and this stresses me out more.
Are the wires, or what is it?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. For me,
The fan
I
section?
used to do,
Yeah.
like try to do 2 or 3 cameras.
Yeah.
For our pod, and then I never wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Is this cumbersome to you?
It is. The thing that I have to do is I run through the show in my head.
Yeah.
Kind of. And then I'm like, okay, so I'll do this slide and this slide. We do beers every week, and we do the stuff to do in Pittsburgh segment every week. So I have that somewhat set up. If I'm not gonna transition a bunch.
Yeah.
But we do want to have.
Everyone deserves
have the
their
video.
own camera, their own view.
I think
man, we have
one more
something. There you
Everyone
go.
deserves their own area.
Yeah.
I don't want to share my camera with nobody else.
Well, yeah.
Always have mine.
Yeah, we
Gotta have
know
Cheech's,
that.
yours, the guest. I support it.
That's good. I like that.
You
I'm
need a
just
camera
saying,
on the cameras. Is what you need.
Oh
It just
yeah, breaking
it
the
looks
fourth wall.
wild. Yeah.
Like a fifth one hanging from the beam coming down.
Yeah, you can see how ridiculous it really is.
Cheech.
What up, baby?
Cheech, can you hit
Chris?
that rundown for us, please? Can you turn it up
That
and hit
was
that rundown?
Oh, here we go.
That was average at best. Turn that up, Cheech. There we go. It's the rundown.
Listen, bro, I got the fucking headphones on, and that shit hurts.
I'm sure anybody listening in their car is just, has
They got
turned it off by
headphones
now.
on, yeah.
They turned it up for the first 2 quiet ones, and then you made it like, what the fuck?
That's
We can all blame Chris for that.
Hey, man, you're on the board. You're the only one who can hear right now, so I will hear it later and then cuss you out if it's awful. But that's the rundown, Cheech. And this week, as always, we have the beers of the week. We have stuff to do in Pittsburgh, but this week we have Talkin' Tech, man. Talkin' Tech. It's alliteration, and it's Dustin Dowling.
Oh, man.
Also alliteration.
Oh, wow. I wrote this, right?
Double T with double D. There we go, Cheech.
My God, holy shit.
We all just watched that live. That's wonderful.
Hell yeah.
But we're talking tech with Dustin Dowling, and then we have guest Pete Morris. Guest Pete Morris. I'm just going to call you that the whole night.
How you doing, guest Pete Morris?
But Pete has a podcast as well. We'll see, right?
We'll see podcast.
I've checked that out a couple of times because I saw Mark Shimkitz, who's been on here. Who else was just on here that I saw?
We had Trevor Austin.
Trevor Austin was who it was.
Trevor,
I say we, it's just me.
Yeah.
It's me on my couch.
The Royal.
Be like, Trevor, do you think the Holocaust is real? And he's like, I don't know, man.
That sounds about right. Yeah, man. Hey, man, I wasn't there.
All right, let's go.
I love Trevor because he's just barely kidding. All the time. He's just barely kidding.
That is so. They're like when they say a good joke has some truth in it. There's a little too much truth sometimes.
Yeah. So people ask me, like, do you think he really? I'm like, let's not think about it. We like Trevor.
Let's just take it on face value. It's fun.
He's the best.
But yeah, we have guest Pete Morris tonight. We have Dustin Dowling. But next week, we have a great food episode and more. Shay won't be here. Actually, I don't know why I said that.
Oh, wow.
Well, unless you want to
an
come.
early show?
Yeah. Well,
make it
hopefully
early?
people show up early. We have a big show because we have like a double episode. We have a food part and a sci-fi. Well, maybe not sci-fi, science part. We have Michelle from Pittsburgh Foodie Girls
Love her.
coming in, and Dave Foreman from Plated Pittsburgh on Very Local. Check that out. It's like a Pittsburgh chopped show. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And then we have the guys from Science Yo. I believe that's
right.
what. Yeah. Oh yeah, Science Yo. Yeah, it's Frank and Jordan from that. We're going to talk about black holes and a bunch of
Oh man,
shit
so
like
I
that.
there's
can't
like a-
somehow if I don't
fucking
like
wait.
sound cool enough
I
with my
can't
tech.
fucking wait.
Yeah,
for
dude,
that.
we're
a
going to
black
talk about
hole coming
time.
of Earth right
Dustin, if you
now.
can talk about time travel,
Like
then,
right
then
now,
we'll
it's
have it all
happening.
figured out, man.
I can't wait.
Make sure you
Now we can
research.
come back and fix it.
Chris, make sure you research the black hole that's like on our way
Yeah.
now.
Oh shit.
There's a
Talk
black
about
hole
that.
on the way.
Yeah.
Where's it coming from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't research it, but I did
Behind
see a post.
Keysport, probably.
I saw a post.
Like emotionally.
Oh, I thought you said a shithole. A black hole. No. Okay, that could, yeah.
all of what you guys said are facts. Emotionally, shithole, all of that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite memes I've ever seen is like the Simba with Mufasa, and it's like that we don't go over there, and it's like it was the shot over there is McKeesport. We never go there. Good old McKeesport. Peter, you from this area?
I'm up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love Erie.
Are they covered in snow already?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
It's early November.
Inches a year. It's,
Wasn't it 80 degrees yesterday here in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
It was
wild,
close.
man.
It was stupid
Freaking
as shit.
wild.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about in the rundown for the people watching, you have to
Hell
watch on YouTube and Facebook. We have a crow update as well, Shay.
Oh my god, I'm excited about it.
Dustin and Pete, I don't know if you, I mean, probably you don't know.
No. What are you talking about?
Okay, so we have a crow update.
oh, I think I watched an episode where you guys did a crow update.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're doing a weekly crow update because 2 weeks ago I decided, actually many moons ago I decided, but 2 weeks ago I acted on it and got some cashews unsalted and cat food and a bunch of stuff that crows like. Have you seen anything about crows, Dustin? Because I could see you reading about this.
No. No.
Okay, so apparently these crows are incredibly intelligent, man. They have it's something about the brain to body ratio according to the YouTube video I watched. So they have like a big brain for their body, but they apparently can like figure out problems and stuff the same as a 5-year-old human. Like their problem solving ability, they can build tools, like they figure it out. They do that thing where they put the treat in the water, like the water displacement, and then they drop the rocks in and it like rises up. So they can do that. They can put like toothpicks and straws and make an elongated staff so they can knock treats out and stuff. So anyway, I realize, the pros from having a crow friend. So recently I've been putting a picture of myself with a crow plate of crow offerings that has assorted foods and nuts and what have you. But they have facial recognition. So if they like
And
you,
good memory.
yeah. If
Yeah.
they like you, they like you, and if they don't, they don't.
Picture of you next to food.
Yes,
for crows.
absolutely.
So they'll
grooming
To
crows.
befriend them, yes.
You're a sexual crow predator.
No, you're like going to be like the crow supervillain.
Okay,
Or
I-
superhero.
I
don't
prefer
know. I
crow
don't
whisperer
know where
because
you're gonna
that's like,
go.
yeah.
I'm
Dude, I
just
think it's
thinking 5 years
fucking
down the road, you're like the crow
Whisperer,
man.
Whisperer is the thing they add whenever you can talk to animals or like when you're
Yes.
good with animals. The same way, if anything goes wrong, it's whatever gate. Like I
Yeah.
feel like they throw that on everyone. Spygate, Deflategate, Watergate. The
no one even
classics.
knows why anymore. It's just what you do.
Classic.
But anyway, the crows, like I was telling them last week, they stay in pairs in like localized areas.
Yeah.
And in the last day, in my I was taking a nap in the afternoon. I hear these crows. There's two in the one tree. There's a nest right there. So I found my local pair, man. I'm working at it, chipping away at it, Dustin. Before you know it, I'm Rick and Morty style with two crows.
So how did
That's
it
why
go?
in my head I'm like, why have I seen a connection to this?
And I think
I
it's-
just watched
yeah.
that episode like maybe 2 weeks ago.
It's crazy because they have the two crows, and in the research I've done, They're in pairs, man. They mate for life. They're
What do you
ride
do
or
to the
die
crow?
crows.
What do you do to the crow?
What do I do to the crow?
Like when you saw the two pairs, what'd you do? Did you go outside?
No, I left them be, man. And I feel like that's why animals respect me, because I'm not up on them, man. I respect their boundaries. Let them come to me, man.
They have no clue you exist.
Yeah.
So wait, how's it
Pete,
going?
it's something to not make me kill myself, man. Let's just call it what it is, man.
Like that's why animals respect me.
Yeah.
They don't even know you're there. They have no clue.
Animals love me because they don't know I exist. Oh.
That's like, girls respect me because I don't talk to them. That's a good way to get a girlfriend.
Yeah, man. I feel like the crow. Well, if you feed them both, I feel like they come
So
back.
do you think
I know
now,
what you mean, though.
at the Rick and Morty episode that they actually probably did the research?
I feel like Rick and Morty got. I mean, like Justin and what's the other guy who does Dan Harmon. I feel like they do their
They did
research.
their research.
Yeah, they
I
do their
believe
due
it.
diligence.
I believe it.
To some extent.
Of course, because, the fleeby, whatever, germy thing, that shower thing's not real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely some license.
Yeah, they take some liberties, too.
Yeah, for sure. You know what, Cheech? You want to start with the beers of the week so we can all start talking about drinking, because that's usually the best way to start the show.
And I'm almost, more than a half beer in.
There we go. You know what? Let's do hit the beers of the week sound drops, Cheech.
I need a beer.
There we
If
go.
you're not down with that, I've got 2 words for you. Chug it.
That's the guy from Rhythm and Brews. I can't remember what his name was.
Time.
Yeah, no, it was a good
Such
time.
a
But
good
since
time.
Dustin is, you know what, is Dustin familiar with? Well, we're not going to rank him anyway. Dustin, we'll start with you since you're already halfway
Pressure
through,
on
man.
me. I don't even know what's happening.
Okay. Well, you know what? You've been on before, so I expect
Years ago.
more out of you, Dustin.
Years ago, it feels like.
Dustin, your beer this week. Tell everybody about it. You have a Hop Farm beer.
I have a Hop Farm light lager, brewed and canned by Hop Farm Brewing Company, Pittsburgh, PA. 4.3% alcohol. Ooh, that's why I feel it right now. It is actually delicious. It says it's crispy, refreshing light lager.
Yeah.
And
Does it
that's-
hit it all?
Yeah, this is actually really good. This is better than the last one I had.
I don't remember the
years
last
ago.
one.
I don't remember. Either.
Yeah.
But fuck that beer. 'Cause I don't remember.
Hop Farm
saying,
puts out
Dustin?
hits,
What's
man.
Oh, it's way better. What was it? I have no idea.
It's way better than that bullshit swill.
4.3%. That's a tenth more than a Bud Light. I'm hammered.
I know math.
Let's talk tech.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
www.beer.
There you go. Pete, I like the name of your beer. Can you tell everybody your beer?
It's from Mindful Brewing Company, and it's called Lord Stanley's Hop.
There we go.
It's a wet hopped pale ale.
Yeah, it
Whatever
is.
the fuck that means.
Hell yeah. It was just a hop pale ale until you spoke.
Yeah.
Got rather moist.
Now it's pressing charges against me.
Yeah, like the crows.
But it tastes like an India pale ale, like Southern Tier.
Yeah.
But it's way less alcohol, so that's not good.
Oh no.
Because-
Obviously.
The 2-time IPA.
Yeah, I
if
knew
you want
that.
to get drunk super fast, Pete, are you a beer drinker regularly?
Yeah.
You look similar to me, and I'm a beer drinker.
Oh, yeah.
You're white and a beard, so that's why you're similar. The way to go, the 2-time hazy IPA from Southern Tier.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the
No, that beer
smoothest.
from last week.
Get
Oh yeah, what was
Dude, that
Cheech?
beer from
Quick,
last
Cheech.
week is way better.
That was Stone. That wasn't a local one. That was
was- it
Stone.
was
but
a
that
local,
was
yeah,
the
Stone.
Fear Movies Lions.
How much was it?
That was 8.5. But it was
that was
smooth.
wild. I
I thought
forgot
it was
about
9
that.
point something.
Thought
I
we
think
were
it was
talking
8.5.
about my Sutter home for a second.
Your wine.
That was great. That was
Shay,
Classic.
what do you have this week?
I have a beer called Greenfield. It's from East End. It's a neighborhood beer, so they name each beer for one of Pittsburgh's 90 neighborhoods. It's 4.7. It's tropical wheat ale with mango, passion fruit, peach, and pineapple, and it's actually really delicious.
They're making one for each of the 90?
Yeah.
Yep, it says
That's a
you
terrible
were
business.
here.
I can't think of a better tropical neighborhood than Greenfield, too, man.
Greenfield tastes fucking delicious. I love it.
Yeah. Greenfield has a special place in my heart because I always hung out with some of the Greenfield people when I was in high school. I went to Central. So it was unique because it wasn't like you grew up in an area. We had people from every area.
Right.
So you could tell, like, those are the people from Etna. Those are the people from Millville. Those are the people from Greenfield. And you definitely knew the people from Shaler.
Yeah.
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 So, like,
That's a lot to carry.
yeah, man. So I'm saying, Greenfield people have a special place in my heart, but I feel like that's a strange beer to do for them. But how do you think about it, Shay?
Oh, I think it's delicious.
Do you really?
I really
because
do. Like,
I'm trying to inch you each week closer to liking IPAs.
the first sip, usually it's like you get the aftertaste of the beer, but the first sip is definitely like a strong beer taste, and the aftertaste is super sweet, but like not like girly overly sweet.
Yeah,
It's nice. I actually really do like it.
awesome. I'm glad I picked one you like. Cheech.
You always
What-
pick ones I like.
Cheech.
I
What do you got this?
I got refreshing
yeah. Refreshing
from
with the
Penn
I.
Brewery.
Yeah.
It's a session. It's a session IPA.
Refreshing session.
Refreshing session, my friend, coming in at 5.1.
Yeah.
It's good, dude. Real easy on the palate, you know. Could drink a whole lot of these, I think.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah.
With Cheech Brewery is just one syllable. I love it.
Is that what it says?
Very.
Penn Brewery.
That's so big.
Yeah. If you ask them again in another couple minutes, it's just going to be one syllable. Brr. Oh, we had another one.
Timber.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Take like 3-4 more than Penn Brewery.
It was the.
Beer down at Pember.
That's that Blowdogs the other day.
Dude,
I'm drinking Penn Brewery.
I work with some guy who used to work with at Penn Brewery, and like the biggest event of his day was the underfills. And he'd be like, I could take a 12-pack home. Okay, nobody wants Penn. Penn Brewery's a fine establishment. Nobody wants, I don't know. I'm not going to say what beer it is. I'm not going to say what beer it is.
I take a 12-pack of that right there now. Hey, refreshing. Swear to God.
I like how you pulled yourself back. Like, wait a second, I should not.
I'm like, Penn Brewery's a fine brewery with me. I like Penn Brewery. I do like them, but there was the guy overhyped it. But not overhyped. That's a transition, Pete. You like that? I don't know why. I feel like you would respect
The
it.
transitions are good because we almost got stuck on weather for a second. And then you
Oh,
picked
thank
it up.
you. We did, and that was my fault. I was like, oh my god, someone pull me off this show.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll
worry.
get back to
We'll go back. Don't worry.
We'll get back to some of the lies about
You
the
ever
weather.
start talking and you're like above yourself and you're like, what are you saying? You need to stop.
Oh, yeah, every day.
Every day.
Anytime. There you go. Cheech on the boards, ladies and gentlemen.
Ones and twos.
Somebody mentions temperature again. You do that.
I apologize.
Yeah, well, I didn't put it on the rundown. We were gonna lead with temperature and close with it. That's how strongly I feel about it, man.
It's November and it's warm.
Yeah. Pete, do you like snow in Erie? Anyway, I have would
Tell
not.
how old we are.
Me and Pete both are wearing New Balances, by the way, everybody. So
I'm so
40% of us are
bro.
off.
I was gonna ask you. Listen, the shit got brought up now. Where'd you get them? And like, can I also buy a pair? And will you be upset if I also buy a pair?
Cheech, I'm never going to see you again.
My dude, fuck yes, I'm fucking buying a pair. They're sick.
Yeah, today it's like $80.
Nice.
New Balances are cheap, dude. They're
They
great.
are. They're bang for your buck, man.
Heard that.
I got them in the clearance
Dad shoes.
upstairs at one of the department stores, like an old person would say.
Yeah.
Damn, I know.
Oh man, a department store. Anyway, this week I have Would Not Comply from Log Yard, my favorite brewery probably. It's a New England style IPA, which is what they specialize in, which I think is delicious. It's 6.3%, and it's absolutely great. The label is great too, Cheech. We were up there. They showed us a lot of the labels when we went up there.
What is it?
It's a New England style IPA.
Now, what's the label? What's that picture?
It's a tree, like a cut in half. It's a would not, so they would not
I'm a little bit
comply.
confused, too.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a tree pun.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thought we'd
say
branch
the best
out.
Marketing campaigns start with puns.
yeah. A lot of Log Yard does a lot of wood. Well, let's stop there. But they definitely have some good names. But they invited us up and we went up there and they have some really good. I like New England IPAs and hazy IPAs. Cheech does as well, and they're as good as any. Cheech. Good. Thanks, Pete.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you for saving the day.
Chris.
Cheech, check out the camera behind you while we rank some of these. Now, Shay, I'm going to have you go first. Dustin was on before, but we don't want to put all the pressure on him. So we're going to start with you to rank the beers. So if you had to rank your Greenfield, what are we going with?
We're going Shut the Front Door.
Shut the front door. Pretty good.
There we go. We have the sound drops this week. Although half of them suck. So
Yeah,
I mean, you can blame YouTube for that. That's the best I can do. You're going Shut the Front Door, which is the
Going Shut
second
the
best.
Front
Pete, you haven't been on before.
I can rank him. I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you can figure it out. If you know any of the other ones other than Shut the Front Door, I'll be impressed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well.
So I know there are other rankings. This might go a little rogue.
Oh shit.
I'd drink 6 of these, and then wake up a little sad in the morning and go to work.
Okay. That's the ranking.
Is that your rank?
That's my rank.
Wait, let's
Okay.
see how
Play that audio.
Cheech, play the drop. Yeah.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
There we go. That's
If you would have had that exactly, I would have freaked out.
verbatim.
Wait, that's
We
not a
never
level?
thought we would play that.
That's not a level you guys do?
Not even close.
I only updated half of the list. I forgot the other half.
That
Yet
needs
again.
to be the great, like
Yeah.
the creme de la creme.
The
though.
despair list, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I just roll over and call off on. That's the one. Yeah. Shay, what did you go with? Shut the Front Door? Mm-hmm. Okay. Pete, what did you go with? You're going to regret it in the morning with 12 or 6?
Yeah, just like drink them until like YouTube gets interesting.
You go down that rabbit hole.
You fall asleep on the couch like this.
Yeah. And then you think like finding crows is a good idea.
Yeah, you're like, I should be friends with crows.
Yeah. And then it's 2 months later and your girlfriend's thinking about leaving you. It's awesome. Just kidding. Actually, my girlfriend is wildly into it, which
I
is
was gonna
even
say,
stranger.
She supports the shit
I
out
know,
of
man.
us.
She's never supported me more, which is
She
sad
sent
and
me
fun
more
at the same
updates
time.
than you did, actually.
Yeah, well.
I knew it was sexual.
It's always.
Between me and his girlfriend, it is.
Yeah. Never mind. That would
Welcome to Flavor Town.
Dustin, can you see the list right there? We have Gangster at level 1, Out of Bounds to level 2, Shut the Front Door level 3, and the 4 Michelin stars would be the unheard of 4th Michelin star would be Flavor Town. How old are you, man? You're leaning.
I know. I just turned 39, by the way. Like,
What?
Yeah.
Dustin looks great, by the way, ladies and
shit.
gentlemen.
You're 39?
I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Yeah.
I told
Damn,
you I
man.
was squinting the whole way. Driving down here on
39
28.
in tech is like
Yeah.
forever.
But you look like a little baby. Like,
Yeah,
you're,
so like
why-
I
you're
didn't.
elvish? Are you elvish?
That's why my persona on social media is the beardy boy.
Yeah.
That's because
That's
I
it.
kind of look
Here
like
you go,
that.
honey.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
Are you going to be like 1,000 years old? Like, today, guys, we're going to be unboxing the new Galaxy.
What's that one say? Split the front door, right?
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door.
I knew it didn't say that.
Slit that.
Slit that. Slit's a dirty word, it feels like to me. Is it? I don't
It
know.
only was when you made it dirty.
I remember to get back to Trevor Austin for a second. What? I mean,
Now-
to get back to comedian X, they were saying, never mind. This is a dumb story.
about
Go, go. This is a
care.
podcast.
It was the
Thousands of people are listening
slit
to you
thing,
right now.
and he was like, "What is the worst word to hear for vagina?"
Oh, yeah. I remember
I've
this.
seen this. That's
Yeah.
literally why
Oh, is
I
that what
said
it was?
Yes.
I feel like we voted on gash was bad.
Dash is rough.
What were the options?
I don't remember all of them, man.
Gash.
Gash,
Worse than
slit,
gash, though.
What?
gash, and slit.
Yeah, those are
Was one of
I'm
them
so
like,
railroaded this right now.
Which one is first? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop at Willis Station on Tuesdays.
front butt?
Front butts. That's hot. Dustin, have you had a rank?
Picked one yet or not?
That's the way you got to wipe.
Did Pete pick one? Did Dustin pick one?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
I'm gonna go for shut the front door. I feel like I'm slightly allergic. I think we talked about that last time, but it's not
Oh
enough.
shit! Yeah.
So if I push that, to
we
the
got
side,
the gluten one for you last time. We got the Aurochs.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't
what it
really
was.
know what it is. It's like a gamble.
You're so polite. You gave it the best drink, and you're like, but I can't drink this because I'm allergic.
I gotta drink it like lower. I'm going just by the taste.
The first 2 sips were good. Then my throat closed up.
That's kind of what happens. He's exactly
It
right.
pairs well with an EpiPen.
I also have one in my car, so I'm not scared.
There we go, Dustin. What a baller, man.
you. I appreciate
He's 39 years old. He doesn't give a fuck. He's out here not seeing things and having allergies, ladies.
That's why you couldn't read it. Your fucking face.
Yeah.
Consciousness.
Swelled up like a motherfucker.
He looks like he got punched by Mike Tyson. His eyes are all swollen like a bee sting.
You see that the movie Hitch with Will Smith when he fucking drinks or eats the fucking
walking
seafood
around.
and shit. He looks up in the mirror and his face is like fucking 10 times the size as it should be.
I get like an extra buzz. It's kind of like a benefit. It's like extra little thing.
That's why he was asking.
That is
earlier
for
about
sure
the
a silver
weed and
lining.
the booze, man.
Dustin's just like,
I got it.
thanks so much for having me. This beer is delicious.
Maybe as soon as I rank this, we're going to get into the talking tech because Dustin might be dead in the second half.
I am. My face is probably beat red now. You guys got it.
So for would not comply, I'm going...
Sip test.
Oh man, it got real quiet.
I'm going out of bounds.
I mean, it is out of bounds.
There we go, guy. It's out of bounds. And I feel like Log Yard is a victim of their own success because I hold them to such a high standard. Man.
yeah,
It's
for sure.
solid. It's super good. It's lower percentage for them because they're all into 6 and 7s. This
Yeah.
is what 6.3. It's nice for New. I mean, it's still better than almost any other New England. Maybe I should go higher, but for them, for Log Yard,
Yeah,
it's out
you
of
got to
bounds.
hold them to a higher standard.
Yeah.
I should have brought
they're
you
good.
guys some protocol.
Oh yeah,
You guys
what's
have
that?
It's my buddy has a company that invented spiked protein.
Oh, okay.
Oh fuck!
And the tagline for the company is 100% unnecessary.
I love
Because
it.
they're aware of how R-worded it is to make spiked protein.
I was just going to ask, who are they marketing that to?
BC,
Do you mean retarded or?
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. I'll say
I
it.
didn't know how you guys felt about the
Loud and proud,
We
my
don't give a
friend.
shit about
We can read the label.
So this gay retarded drink. No, I love it. It's crazy. I'll bring it to you guys next time, or I'll have you on. We'll drink it.
Absolutely. What was it called again?
Protocol spiked protein. at
Okay, so
Protocol
I could pour that into a beer though,
You could.
and then go on the elliptical for 20 minutes, Shay. Right?
Right?
It's 8%
Shay, that sounds
alcohol.
great for
Oh,
you.
okay.
11 grams of protein.
So it's just
Oh,
a protein
shit.
powder.
Yeah, so we're just feeding
Okay.
eating disorders.
Yeah, man.
I love
You don't
it.
need to
I
eat.
You
support
never
that.
need to eat.
Fuck that. Why? Why
What's that
waste
one?
the time?
Never mind. I'm not gonna go down that.
Wait, what?
There's another non-eating powder.
Yeah, I heard that.
I thought you were gonna- What's my one cousin's name with the eating disorder?
But yeah, we're definitely gonna have.
Chicharoni, actually.
What'd you say?
Cheech, I like the headphones in the hoodie this week, man.
I did it last week too.
I
man.
know it's like what's his name, Rick
Dude, I love
Moranis,
it.
and
Hell yeah.
Spaceballs or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. I was like, where you going
Mad
with that?
company.
It's like
Mad
Rick
company,
Moranis,
man.
you
I
know.
was like, what is Rick Moranis?
I remember
When does he do
the
that?
dishwasher at the restaurant I work at once said he was like, I was at Orm's Donuts in Beaver Falls, and I saw Rick Moranis, and I was like, that's such a weird thing to say to like not be telling the truth, but also who are you impressing? Like,
But he also probably was so excited about it. And he just like anytime someone came near him, it's just blah. I have to tell you.
That's the whole reason Trevor had to go to rehab again. Because his whole first stint at rehab, some girl there was like, Jean-Claude Van Damme's my uncle. And instead of like focusing on getting sober, Trevor was like, this bitch is lying.
that was kind of a good Trevor impression too. Dustin, I want to talk a little tech to you before we get into to Pete's stuff and to get into. So last time we were here, or you were here, I want to talk to you about this, and then you have some stuff you want to talk about too.
Cool.
So the first thing we were talking about some AR metaverse stuff. Is there any progression on that? Because that AR VR kind of stuff intrigues me.
Well, the metaverse thing is kind of a word that's almost been taken up by Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, and like that.
The
kind
whole
of version,
meta
yeah, that kind of sucks.
brand.
Like it just like what they're actually making kind of stinks. Like the VR gear is awesome, and people that make other apps are pretty sweet, but like his thing just looks like trash. I don't understand what they're trying to do.
What is the goal of this in the end? Just so
Well-
people don't have to leave their house and then be actual people again?
Yeah, so this is what's weird, and this is actually in the last couple of months, it has been a couple of different things. So artificial intelligence art making has been like huge lately. Now there are accessible softwares. One's called DALL-E 2, the other one's called I can't remember
DALL-E
what it's
1?
called at the top of my head, but it's something you can DALL-E 1. No, that's the old version. I'll remember it
Two
later.
crows and a guy.
Yeah, but basically all you
crows,
do
one hammer.
is put in
Two crows, one hopper.
inputs. But you could do that.
We got it.
That's the name of the doc. That's the name of the doc.
Flavor Town.
It's so fucking good.
Fuck
Sorry,
yes.
dude. Sorry, dude.
I'm sorry,
We got
Dustin,
carried
dude.
away.
Did you
Right
just get
back
a
to it.
production credit?
God damn. Sorry. Good.
But no, you could say you wanted to have a picture of like two crows and yourself. Like this software now,
I'm listening.
you can upload a picture of yourself, all right, and then say Dustin in an epic helmet with the two crows on his shoulder in the art
Okay,
of like
okay.
Van Gogh or
Yeah,
whatever, like in a dark tone,
Right.
And it just like, and it's like legit.
I've seen these ads on Facebook and stuff, and it's like, I said draw a pink elephant playing Monopoly or whatever.
Yeah, now that's like the cheap stuff that probably
Yeah.
doesn't work that well,
Yeah.
but like the professional stuff is getting crazy. That
Yeah.
one guy.
Shay said it was so dumb. I told her it was dumb earlier when she said it, but yeah.
So this one guy,
Right.
after like 100
Right.
renditions of trying to make it work, like, you know, he was putting in different inputs, he got a piece of art that was like phenomenal. And he put it into a legit contest and won first place.
Wow.
Now, obviously.
Hell yeah.
Was it crows with tits?
That sounds hot.
Hell yeah.
That's a sound drop forever. Just so you know, that sounds hot from Dustin is for sure a sound drop.
But it started this whole conversation of like, well, what's real art? What's original? And, you know, should he be even being allowed to do that? And the software just blew up. Now, this is just 2D art.
Okay.
So we're not that far away from me saying like, okay, input, bottom of the bar on a podcast in front of some tables and the thing just goes and like you're in VR and now it's like, oh, I'm there. This is cool. But then, you go even further, you can say what the metaverse is what they're trying to do. Just like video games get better and better quality.
Yeah.
Soon, it's the Matrix.
So how do we know we haven't crossed that level and we're already on something
that's
where we
a whole-
don't know that we're on?
That's a whole different conversation. That's more or less what I talked about before, and I think I talked about when you were on my show on Smart House, was like, are we in a simulation? But to that point, if you would go Google, if you guys are good Googlers,
I'm
who
above
won
average
the
to
Nobel
middle.
Prize, and then just research that. They basically proved that everything is happening at once, and until something is measured or observed, like that's when the wavelength happens. Wavelength is light.
Oh, okay,
You
okay,
see
yeah.
it.
We were talking about
Yeah.
that with the rays or the waves and the
Yeah, the
fucking,
double slit.
Yeah,
Back to the double
there we
slit.
go.
Yeah,
we
brother.
call it a
Hell
slit in
yeah.
the gash here, but yeah.
The double slit experiment. So like there was
Pound my fist on the slits, dude. Come on.
Listen to Dustin P's new podcast, The Double Slit.
the double slit.
Giddy up.
Two slits.
That's how you get two slits. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
It's real dirty real quick. That's
You
how
just
I
have
like
to
it.
observe it, man.
Two
You
slits,
just gotta
one fist.
observe it. But that's
So-
the weird thing. You observe it, and that makes the
you.
wavelength happen,
That's
and then it's a thing.
So we're saying everything in the history of time is happening right now, but we're observing this in a linear fashion or
Yes,
something.
in a sense, because you're observing, and then everything, all the
Don't they
particles
compare
go
it to like a
wavelength.
video game where
That's
like
how I think about it.
where
yes.
like if you are like playing a video game and you like when you turn, it kind of like almost does that like lag where you can't really see necessarily what's going on behind
like
you
rendering.
because it's not there. you can only see what you're
Exactly.
viewing.
I feel like that's what Dustin was telling us.
I might have said that last time I was here too.
I
but-
seen it on a video.
Yeah.
No, but Shay was
I
here
know I said
too.
Dustin.
Shay, it doesn't matter where you heard it because it's impressive either way, Shay. I'm
what do you think
impressed
about
with you. For you,
Fucking
for
smart
you,
today.
What do you think about all this,
Smart
Cheech?
today.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty tight.
Chicharoni does it again.
But I think to say that if we're already in a simulation,
what is time? He said that to me before we started. Yeah.
I got some thoughts, but like,
Okay.
So this metaverse, that
Just
we're
like The
building-
Sims have rules though, and everything else.
This seems like more like whatever that the deck in Star Trek, where you just walk in and be like, I want to be at a bar, I want to be in 1950, I want to be in a car, and like everything's just there, magic there. And if you just plugged in with the tube, some things in the brain, and like you're good, bro. Just IV me up and.
So
whatever.
is this basically just a way for people to have control over you and then you don't do anything, just so
it's
you
both.
stay in your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
But yet you
know
still
what?
get to
This-
I mean,
experience
it could be
everything.
really good, but I mean, how long until it's just a... I mean, it's interesting either way, because I feel like there could be good, but I feel like there could definitely also be bad.
yeah,
too.
I'm out on all that shit, man. I want to
I'm
live
getting
like
plugged in,
real
by the
life,
way.
you
I
know,
don't care.
and then die.
That's
Or,
my
you
is
know?
it a real life though, or are
What
we living
virtual
real
reality
life?
and shit? Oh, right now? I don't know. Seems real right now.
Yeah,
Now-
that's what
So
I
I'm
mean.
just gonna keep living this one and then die.
What if I told you that
My
at
man.
one point that what I say is mostly true, that you can get into the metaverse or whatever, and it's just as real, but you can just do anything you want. You can choose. You can be in that life, or you can be in this life.
Now,
No, but
how
like if
soon-
somebody unplugs me or like a generator goes out or
Right.
some shit, do I wake up still?
Right? Maybe, I don't know.
I'm out if
That's
I
the
do.
weird
Like I don't want to.
How
Like
soon till I can look exactly like a hot lady and fuck Cheech?
God, I'm
you're
so
hot enough right
flattered.
now, Pete.
Yeah, we could just. I got
man.
an SUV. We can put the seats
That's
down.
crazy.
We could just go right now, dude.
That's good to know.
That's so dirty.
But I would love to just like pretend to be a hot lady,
Yeah.
and then I would have sex with Cheech,
Right.
and then at the end he'd be like, "Wow, that was amazing," and I whisper in his ear, I go, "Do you want my New Balances?" And he goes, "Oh, no, who's Pete?" And I log off. I log off.
And you can just relive that over and over again.
Never told me where he got them.
I wasn't on board with it, but now I am. Now, Dustin,
Yeah, honestly, me too. Yeah,
is
no,
it
I'm
a
in. I'm in
1-to-1 ratio on time spent there? Or is it like Inception style where it's like, okay, I was asleep for an hour, but it felt like 3 days, and in that dream it felt like a month and a half?
So that's a great question. I can't
Yes, it is,
answer
Shay.
that. I can't answer that exactly, but I can say this is a weird
Hell yeah.
experience that I had. So I do have a Oculus 2, which I think is a Meta 2,
Yeah.
whatever, and I play a bunch of video games right now. 'Cause
Okay.
That's basically the thing you can do. They're a lot of fun, but since it's like a low resolution in the sense of like, you know, you have to put it all around you. So it might be like 4 or 5K, but it looks like an old game. you're
Is it like
playing.
Minecraft style or
A little bit better than that. A little bit better than that. But here's the weird thing. When I experience my time in there, my memory is so great. And what it is, I feel like it's because I'm taking in so much less data. Like, you know, everything's kind of blacked out. Literally, the pixels are small. You know, like right now, there's so much. But it's like putting your face right up to the TV. So my memory is like fucking tight. And I realize that like I'll have dreams. I'm like, was that a dream? Was I playing video games? Like I'm having those moments now.
Yeah.
So I think that's weird since you. Well, I forget what your exact question was, but you're gonna
Same.
have this thing where like you kind of like that because say you're teaching or education or anything that you want to get stuck in your brain, doing it in VR, you're gonna have like a stronger leak to it because you're not distracted by other things.
Okay, that's what it was. So
Yeah.
it was the time thing. So is it like an
So,
hour
yeah,
there?
And you do feel time is weird because you're getting less data. You know, like your
Yeah.
brain is almost, I don't want to say less stressed because the physicality of the device can sometimes be draining.
Yeah.
But once it's more comfortable because I bought some extra stuff
Yeah.
that makes it more comfortable. And once
Yeah.
I did that, it was
sexual
like,
stuff, right?
Yeah, it was just comfortable.
Fuzzy handcuffs, a ball gag with a cushion on
you
the
do
back.
lose a little
The
sense
Oculus
of
and the
time.
fleshlight. I know the
memory
attachment.
with my cock ring on is impeccable.
But it's a good question.
It's like chewing gum during the SAT, man. I throw that on my dick and I'm good to go.
Oh, that's so bad.
Something about a hard
God.
dick just
I
makes
also
my
love
memory
What?
great.
that, like, Dustin, like, you're a guy who knows a lot about like tech and computers, and we're like, what's space and time like? How does that work?
Oh man. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. So the basis of the question, I guess, is say you did 30 minutes on the Oculus. When you're done, does it feel like you were only playing it for 30 minutes, or does it feel less or more?
Right now, it feels about 30 minutes. But
Okay, so it's
I'm
equal.
not exactly like. I feel like if I really spent more time, because there's been times when I've been in there for 2 hours and I popped off, got off, and I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure. I know that sounded
Got on
weird.
there, popped up.
Freudian slip,
All
man.
these
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Like, if I was in for 30 minutes, I was like, yeah, 30 minutes. I was in for 2 hours. I'm kind of
Yeah,
like,
man.
was I there an hour and a half, 3 hours? You know, you start losing it.
Yeah.
A little bit. So I'm sure once the technology gets better and it's more comfortable, you could also probably trick people with like false light. So like say you're actually comfortable enough to be in the VR world for a real 24 hours, but it's like whatever world you're in actually tricks you and makes you think it was like 15 hours. I bet your brain would be like, yeah, it's been 28, because it would just adjust to whatever, because your mind thinks that way. It's like, you know,
All you know is now, and then once it happened,
yeah,
you
so if
could
it's
say
trained
whatever.
in another
Yeah.
way and it's with getting less data, it's going to be like, oh, this is what a normal 24-hour film.
So is the goal long term, or at least is the goal that they're telling us, like, so you could go to school, like, okay, you could take Harvard classes from LA or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
it-
And even more than that, because the way I've always taught myself since college was just take YouTube and just watch it like hell. Like,
Yeah.
I watch YouTube videos in triple the speed, or maybe you can't go that fast, double the speed.
Yeah.
So if you can just put your headgear on and watch YouTube videos and you got to think like years from now, they're going to colonize Mars. We're putting people on the moon in like years, not like in 10 years. We're putting people on the moon in a couple years. You know,
just to go on the moon,
go
or
on there and
what?
start-
There's going to be condos on the
they're
moon,
gonna
or what do we
start
think?
that. They might start being like tourism and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And so eventually you got to think in the future, at least Mars, that, you know, the way education is, they're going to have to start doing ways to like make it faster. You know, it's like, hey, just throw this on. You know, you need to learn how to put this engine together with this solar panel. Well, I
They're
don't know.
already working on that.
Yeah, and that kind of shit's already happening. Like, think about stuff you do now. Like, you got to put something together. You just, now there's a QR code with
There's
the
an
product you
IKEA
bought.
rocket to
Yeah.
Mars.
And you just watch the video, and then you put it together.
Yeah.
Well, in the future, it's going to be like, put this solar panel to this nuclear device, and then you have a lightsaber. It's like, oh, man, it's a great YouTube video, 5 stars. You know? That's
Yeah.
how it's got to be.
It's that's
Back
wild.
when YouTube had 5 stars, by the way. That was how old that joke is.
I feel like that's wild. But like at the same time, you see movies like Back to the Future, and it's like 2007. There's flying cars.
Right.
So it's like, is it actually going to be that in 2 years, or is it going to be a disappointment like Back to the Future 2? Not the movie itself, because Back to the Future 2, as we were saying with Trevor Austin, full circle. Sequel is better than the original, D2, and I say Back to the Future 2 may be better than the original.
Ooh, I think it is, too.
Okay.
I agree. We're gonna
Oculus
get off
too.
Get off the subject, but you know, I think it's weird. What's going to happen is it's more or less the comfortability of what people have. If VR or the metaverse feeling does get so good, why invest into these other things in the real world?
Yeah.
You know, let's just plug in and feel like we're superheroes and can fly around. Why go to Mars or go further than Mars? If I can just plug in,
I feel like
almost do it myself.
It's just like everybody's trying to leave this reality for another one with cryptocurrency. Everything's is like online. There's that. There's with the NFTs with the fucking like tokens and shit. Like it's all like online shit. But I also feel like it's not tangible. So like, is it? I feel like it's only as like worthy as people make it.
It's as real as you make anything
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. It's as real as you make cash money right now, physical money. Because it's not real in a sense. We made it up as a government to say that this is worth something.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the same thing coming back to once VR is as good or close enough to what reality is like, and then it like the argument's not there anymore. It's like, well, it's the same to me. Like because everyone's only in their own head. So it's perspective to themselves is it. Like I can't think what you think and what I think. So if I put a headset on and it's just as real as this, then who's to tell me that I like, oh, well, this is the real one and that actually is the fake one. It's conquering land in any other sense. Like we're going to, there will be people that don't want to do this. They're going to, people are going to conquer other planets, conquer the ocean, but other people are going to conquer the digital world, and there'll be places to go that like will have gateways and you have to like pay to get in because the only way you're going to get there. And that's going to be like this weird, like, multiple worlds. There's going to be more than just one metaverse.
Every time
everything. It's like the Marvel movies. It's crazy.
This all to me just sounds like the next generation's thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Internet
It sounds like
3.0.
way too much for me to be with.
Every time I hear something like this, I'm like, I bet you, like, aliens already thought of this. Like, what are the chances we're the first person to think of this?
Right.
Like, the first people? We're probably already in some other kind of simulation. Where
Yeah, we're stuck in this one. It sucks.
I'm having a
Pete, what do you think?
I'm sorry.
I'm having fun. I don't know. Yeah, maybe
Don't you
just
be talking
loosen
bad
up or
about my
whatever.
3D. This is 4K Ultra, and I'm loving it.
3D to gash.
One slit.
And a partridge in a pear tree, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
But that's wild. So what? Computers are creating art. We're buying it, and what?
Well, it's not so much buying it. It's like, obviously people are going to buy it, but it's like you can make anything. It helps with like designing. Say I want to design a car and like get the feeling of it. And I can just say, I want a red car, but I want it to look futuristic. And not necessarily it's like the model you're going to make. At least the AI is not that good yet. But you say you're presenting it to like a business. Well, then the AI can generate all these cool images and help you. And there's even AI now that, you just type in a paragraph or two, and then it gets it. It's like, oh, I know the story. I know it's talk. And it will finish it for you.
Yeah.
You get enough data into it. Now you can just tell it whatever you want.
So let me ask you this, and this will tie into Pete and everything. So if say I said something into I was gonna say an Autobot, into like an AI thing.
Into a Decepticon.
Say Pete had a bit and he had like two things and he wanted to think of a couple other things. Could he say, "This is my voice. These are the three things I think." And then let me think of something else, and they give you ideas.
Oh yeah, there's actually already stuff. There's one I've been using for work. It's called what's the name? Jarvis. It's called Jarvis. And
is that what it's called in the Avenger movies too?
It is. That's the point. That's the point. So say you need to write like a paragraph for your website, but all you know is like a tagline. You'll write like one sentence. And then it will give you like 3 paragraphs. Now, right now, once again, it's not great. But it's great for like storyboarding or like you need to get some ideas. You're like, oh, that's good, and then you build onto it. So actually, it probably would work where you put in a joke, and then it would generate 3 versions of that joke, and you're like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's actually a better, and you can improve your joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is definitely interesting.
And then maybe in the future they'll just be straight up artificial comedians.
Is that where we want to go though? Pete, do you think that would be let me ask you.
Didn't sound so great to me.
I feel like just in music there's perfection and the imperfection. And I feel like with comedy, like having like this regimented thing, like, okay, I don't know. I feel like there's like a humanity behind it where it's like you need that personality and you need that stage presence, and then you have that too. There's a human connection with that. And I don't know that, I guess computers could write a good joke, but you still need that human aspect to deliver it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dang HP computers will never take my job.
Nope. Tell them, man. Fuck them
with the computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. That's they're already talking about like likenesses and stuff. Like I think not Tom Cruise. Who's the guy who just got cancer? He's an old actor. He won't be acting anymore.
Because of the cancer.
God, I was gonna guess about
Bruce
Bruce Willis.
Was it cancer?
He's got some sort of cancer where he just sold his hologram rights for like $200 million.
Yeah.
So people can make movies with him still.
That's not
The
enough
whole
money.
Luke Skywalker style.
He should have sold that for way more.
It might have been more. I don't know.
He'll be
If
dead
If
soon.
the
What do you
man
want
has
the-
cancer, yeah, I mean, 200 million sounds pretty
Yeah, but I'm
decent
sure
to
he
me.
has family.
Right. You want the
And
Yeah,
they're
what are they
gonna
going
be-
to eat?
They're going
Fuck
to use
that.
his hologram to make
Right,
movies. You know how much money he
$200
can make off of
million
those movies?
for the
isn't
rest of time.
gonna.
Well, he
I
can't.
mean, come on, right?
The thing is that he can't act anymore. So
No.
Well,
he
yeah,
can't.
but technically he can.
But also in 40
Well,
years,
that's what
who
I'm saying,
gives a
yeah.
shit if Bruce Willis is in the movie? Like, nobody's going to care who that is.
yeah.
I don't know,
And
have you
in
seen
10
Netflix?
years, who's
He's
going to
dive
care?
deep. You can find like 20 Bruce Willis movies. Like he knew he was getting sick. He was like, I gotta pop a couple of these off. Let's go.
I'm about to die hard. I
Popping
better
off
get
again.
all these in, man. Stupid.
yeah, I'm not worried about robot comedy.
That's what anybody would want you to think. I heard Ronnie Fleming's a robot, just saying. I like he's the first person I thought of.
Hello, this is Chase Freely.
Ronnie was
Better
just
than some people's
Ronnie's
acts,
a
to be
man.
honest.
I hate my bitch wife. I don't think that's Ronnie anymore.
Pete, please, next time you do a mic, I'm going to ask you about doing mics here too, but next time you do a mic, you just got to do Robo Pete. See how that goes.
Oh no, dude, you can get stuck in the bit,
Yeah.
and then like if it works, and
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, I have to keep doing it because it works. Then 10 years later, you're just doing VFWs as Robot Pete. That's not cool.
Yeah. Low ceiling for sure for Robo Pete, man. I mean, I don't want to shit on it. It hasn't even begun, but
Well, that's
like,
what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah.
you better be Jeff Dunham if
It's
you're
high
doing
risk,
Robo
high
Pete.
reward.
That's a good point. Like, there's got to be that cross where you're like,
Yeah.
if I'm
You're
that guy,
like, I'm either
I
gonna
gotta
be
be the best.
Larry the Cable Guy,
Yeah.
or nobody.
Yeah. Nobody cares who the second Larry the Cable Guy is.
Have you ever heard Larry the Cable Guy just talk normally?
Oh, no.
He's like, hi, I'm Steven.
That would be so disappointing. I wouldn't even want to.
I don't know what his real name is. He's got a little bit of a southern draw, but
It's Dan, I believe.
it's a character for sure.
yeah.
He's honest about that, yeah.
Yeah.
But Pete, you've done mics here. Have you hosted mics here and stuff?
I've hosted when Ronnie's out of town. I'm going to feature here this week, do the 15-minute spot.
That's cool. How do you like it down here? A lot of comedians I've talked to have liked it, this space.
This is one of the better rooms in Pittsburgh. Just low ceiling.
Low ceiling.
People come
That's
here
what
for
everybody
that.
says is the low
You need a
ceiling.
low ceiling. Dude, I do gigs. Like I did a gig in Indiana, PA at the Voodoo Brewing Company.
Yeah.
And it's just high ceiling. It's a long fucking hallway with one row of people against the wall, industrial fan going.
Yeah.
And I'm up there like, have you guys seen Lady Boys, Thailand's Third Gender? And they're like, huh? And I'm like, oh no. And it's a long 15 minutes. So this is much better than that.
It is. It's like, I guess the low ceilings just make it feel more intimate. It's just tighter knit.
Yeah, just the laughs stay in the room because laughs disappear the higher the ceiling.
Science.
Okay, it's a science behind it.
Yeah, science.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, how come you don't ask me about space and time?
Yeah. So Pete, if you're on stage and you're bombing, does 4 minutes feel like 2 minutes, or
It feels like I'm in the metaverse with Mark Zuckerberg fucking me in the ass.
All right, let's go to that clip to that. Yeah, generated to that. All
Area.
right.
Type it in the generator.
Do that next week.
pink elephant, Pete, ass, fucking gash, Mark Zuckerberg, Mike. You know what, Cheech? Let's do the stuff to do in Pittsburgh so we can talk about that before I forget to, because I will.
That. Yeah, I already
Yeah,
did.
we always forget about it, so let's not do that this week.
Alrighty.
Hey there, it's Michaela from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh, and I'm here to talk about all of the fun events coming up this weekend in Pittsburgh. First, we have Disco Sunday Disco, The Last Dance. Put those disco pants on, because Disco Sunday Disco is back at Trace Brewing for one last dance in 2022. Come out, dress up, and dance by the fire. Next, we have Paint and Sip at Heartwood Wine Cave. Relax and sip on your favorites as you paint in Heartwood's Wine Cave. This Sunday, Paint and Sip with Diane Ranker-Prem as she guides you through her Master of Fine Arts training to provide step-by-step instructions to help you paint a pumpkin-themed, oversized stemless wine glass. Next that we have is the holiday market and tree lighting at the Strip District Terminal. Shop from a curated collection of market vendors and a terminal retailers while enjoying live music from Edgewood Symphony Orchestra's Shadyside Brass and the University of Pittsburgh's Songbirds. And lastly, we have the Wish 11.11 Cocktail Experience on 11/11/2022 in downtown Pittsburgh at the Joinery Hotel. TVC wants to bring you the perfect occasion to celebrate yourselves with, the Wish 11.11 Cocktail Experience. They also want to give you a boost of encouragement that inspires you to stay motivated through the cabin fever months. Expect to bask in good energy while enjoying great music with tasty bites and cocktails. We hope to see you at all these fun events this weekend.
Well, there you have it.
This is my favorite segment of you guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The lovely ladies from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh. You have
like
Michaela this week.
I like it because it's just like a bunch of different things that would ruin my Saturday. Like if my girlfriend's like, let's go to this.
Here's
I'd be
puppies at the terminal.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, no. Who? Fuck that. No, I'm kidding.
No, Michaela sounds like a nice lady, but
This is the first week Michaela's done it, I think, unless she's come on before and I haven't noticed. But they all kill it. Liz, Britta. I know
do
Liz,
they have
Britta.
a podcast just talking about what to do? Or what do they do?
No, man, they come on Poor Man's podcast. That's
They're
why,
just the people that come onto this podcast
Yeah,
to talk
man.
about stuff?
as far as I know.
You have subcontractors for this podcast?
Dude, me and Liz are boys, man. Me and Liz go way back to a couple months ago when I said we should do this. But no, like I wanted to have like a local thing, and I was like, you know what? Let's reach out to somebody who like knows shit and like they do it.
They do good
And
every week.
Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh kills
Oh,
it
yeah.
every single week.
Oh yeah.
Their Instagram's wild.
They did.
Like,
They won.
it is
They won
insane.
best of the city paper one
Yeah.
for best Instagram, I think.
Yeah, I honestly follow them all the time because I do want to find stuff to do, but you know I'm not taking.
Yeah, you fucking 39-year-old.
There's bingo down the street, man.
Cutting biscuits and stuff down in Market Square.
I'm gonna fill my weekend up.
Wood cutting biscuits in Market
cutting
Square, man. What old guy doesn't love that?
That Mulaney joke, like we all go down and play jacks by the soda fountain. This weekend in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. There's Disco Sunday Disco at Trace Brewing. Cheech, what's going on? You good?
Yeah, no, we're
No,
fine,
you're good.
dude. Fuck yeah.
Can you bring stuff to do it? Can you bring Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh back up right quick?
God damn.
Right quick.
Right quick.
Yeah, man.
Could you be better at that job over there?
Hey,
Fuck off, old man.
You know what? Let's skip
which
that
one
one.
did
Let's
you
go.
wanna
No,
go?
let's go to Paint and
Where'd you
Sip,
wanna
man.
go?
Let's go to Paint and Sip. I
Where
take
the
it back
fuck is that?
because
There
they
we
have the
go.
bubbles, man.
Yeah,
the
it looks
They got
great.
the bubbles at
I want to
Kelly's.
paint and sip, dude. I want my own wine glass. That's what I want.
They do. They said that they give you a stemless one, right?
drink my Sutter home out of
Wait,
something
what's
nice.
that say? Paint and pumpkin themed oversized 20 ounce. A 20
Oh, wow.
ounce. I don't understand a 20 ounce one because the bottle of wine is what 24.6 ounces or something like that. Why
Might
the
as
20
well
ounce?
just drink the whole-
You're just leaving
whole
change
thing.
in there.
Right.
You're leaving less than a 6 ounce pour, man. It makes no sense. Shit.
I don't approve. I do not
They're
give
just
me
skimming off
more
the
the
top.
better.
They're just like one for you, one
Right.
for me.
That's that's like when you see the menus and it's like, let's make this sandwich $16 and then it'll make them leave a 20 and say, okay, here you go. 25%. Makes sense. This one, I feel like it's the same way.
Yeah, if you told me that we were going to paint wine glasses, I'd jump right off that 2-story historical home right there.
Pete, what part of the Heartwood wine cave in the plastic bubble is painting wine glasses are you not into?
Just like everything. Like, oh, let's get in the car and drive into where is this place? Exactly. We have no fucking clue. It's in the goddamn woods. And we're gonna drive 30 minutes to go be cold.
Heartward Wine Cave.
Heartwood.
Get in like a villain's
Hardwood.
like energy plasma.
That's some
spot.
bullshit because they're like, we don't have enough room for you inside, so we put plastic out in the garden so you can paint out there.
This is like the equivalent of like talking shit on the sponsor. You know? I mean, that's totally
Dustin,
what happened.
dude, if you listen every week, there's like 4 events they do every week. We totally promote half. But 2 of them we totally...
I could trash all of
we're
them
honest.
if you want me to.
Whatever we say, you know, is at least our honest.
I could see some people loving this.
Yeah.
Just like
Michaela's
like,
my best friend.
We get to bring
outside
back-
experience.
Oh, you're
you
that
get to
Pete.
paint.
Yeah. I've known Michaela
You're
for
Michaela's
37
Pete.
years. And she knows I fucking hate painting wine glasses.
Well, she knows you love a wine cave.
I can't believe that bitch brought this up. No.
Oh, she knew it. It was
She
calculated.
knows.
Cheech, go down to the holiday tree lighting, which I feel like is far too soon. Dustin, when's the time to put the Christmas tree up?
Man, it's too stressful to even think about.
Yeah.
The right answer is
Yeah.
the day after Thanksgiving.
I
Thank
guess
you.
that's the right answer. I'm sorry, I didn't know there was right answers.
Shay's actually right in this situation.
I agree with Shay.
100%.
Pete, what's the answer? You look like you're angry.
No, I'm good. Dude.
Yeah.
Still thinking about those wine glasses. No.
Yeah, man. Did Michaela hit you on number 2 with the Christmas tree?
You're on my fucking list, Michaela.
Yeah.
No. My family, it was just there's so much going on. You just do it whenever. And it's always like December 18th.
Yeah.
We're like, let's go get the tree.
Yeah.
We go to Mason Farms up in Erie.
Oh.
And then just fight each other over.
I don't know what that is, but I sounded like I
Local
did.
Mason Farms. I've been there plenty of times.
Great plug right there.
I had to go up there. What
This
was
weekend at Mason Farms.
what's the water park up there?
Waterworld.
Okay, so
Waldemere is the
Yeah.
amusement park.
I've okay, maybe
the
that's what it
movie,
is.
Waterworld?
yeah, Waldemere, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going up there and like every time I've been there, there's like a foot of snow. So
Yeah, there's a lot of snow.
like
in
it
Erie.
was like probably September. No joke.
It's nice
Fuck
growing
that.
up in a place with like a retarded amount of snow, because then you move here and you're like, oh, winter's nice.
Yeah. You see that? I remember growing up, my neighbor was from somewhere in Canada. I don't know, Saskatchewan. For the sake of the story, it'll be Saskatchewan because I know it exists. It was either that or Toronto. But like he would wear like shorts all year,
Literally.
like just to. I feel like it was just to be seen.
Yeah, those guys are dickheads.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing shorts, be like, yeah, I'm not even cold.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you are.
Like, why?
Nobody does that. I mean, like, okay, maybe you are comfortable in shorts, but you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it for a reaction. For
His
sure.
wife hates him. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's
his
100%.
identity
Yeah.
at that point. I do that, and I cut the grass as soon as, like, at 8 a.m. the first time I can. Yep. I'm already picturing that guy. Anyway.
I like the 11.11 one.
I was
if
just
we
going to
wanna
ask
move
you,
on.
Shay. I do.
11. Yeah, that one had booze, so let's go to that.
That's my favorite one.
Go down. And I'm glad you scrolled up to the kitty yoga because we're going to talk about that in a minute because of the picture on the right.
Oh, my girlfriend would love that.
I hate everything about that.
We're going to talk about the shirtless dude there in a minute.
I'd love to. What a fucking
There's 4. I already counted, and I feel like let's get into the wish.
Yeah.
Shay, what do you like about this?
The 11.11 part and then the booze part.
That's it.
In that
Shay,
order.
are you a numerologist?
No,
you
not
have
at all.
conspiracy-
She's a woman now.
astrologist and a moonologist.
There, Cheech
There's
got
a
it.
pink moon tomorrow. It's 11:11.
Hurry up, run outside the
And
moon's
Jupiter's in
there.
retrograde.
There's no fucking moon there, bitch.
It's a blood moon, not a fucking pink moon.
The bartender upstairs said it was pink moon.
It's not a
And
pink
then
moon.
Cheech and I looked it up on Urban Dictionary, and it's when you bend
yeah.
over, moon someone, and your vagina's out, or your slit or gash.
Or your balls or dick. Yeah, that's what a pink
It's
moon
a
is.
blood. It's
Forgot
a
about
blood
that one.
moon.
Glad
and it
you
starts
remembered.
at 5:17 in the morning,
Yeah.
I will most certainly not
which
be
is
up
why
for
it's a
that.
full moon
not be
tonight
awake
because it's
for
going
that.
to be.
Why does the
Surprised
blood
you're
moon
not
only
up for
start
that.
with a couple hours left, man?
So is that what this thing
5:17
is?
a.m. So it'll go for 85
I
minutes.
don't know, man.
Is this a blood moon? 11/11? What's going on?
I don't, what is the
Okay,
what
no.
is
What
the
is
wish?
that?
list?
Is this
Because
like
the
an
blood moon's in the
overlook?
morning, and that's on
So-
November
no,
11th.
It's
so-
at the Joinery Hotel in Pittsburgh.
So
It's-
all
I
it
guess it's
is
downtown.
is a cocktail party. It seems like I just read it. It seems so
You know what the
it's just
weirdest
a
thing-
cocktail party is at 8:11
Yeah.
p.m. Yeah, because
on
they,
11/11.
11. Yeah, but they make it a late night thing. Make the 11:11. What the fuck? You're
It's
missing.
11:11 in the middle of the
It looks
Atlantic
like a
somewhere.
A little
place.
bit to the right.
Looks like I
there,
could
you know?
jump off. If
Yeah.
I really hated my life at that moment. I could just jump
Pete,
off that
of the four events, Disco Sunday, Paint and Sip, Holiday Market and Tree Lighting, and Wish 11:11. Which one is most likely to make you kill yourself?
I'd call a bomb threat on all of them. Especially the yoga, yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we.
I would do the kitty yoga because of the stray cat I just got. So
Wait, you just
have
go,
a
you
cat.
you officially have a cat now.
No, I don't officially have a cat, but I did foster the cat, and then I had to give her away to one of my friends.
So you
I
don't-
can't have pets.
Why do you? Okay. Anyway, with this yoga picture, Pete, Dustin, do you see this?
That
do you
guy
see
looks
the guy?
like he has scars on his body. Be
Who's
nice
the guy
to
with the
him.
hair? Shay, there's no way a dude does this who just doesn't want to be seen doing this. You just want to be the yoga guy.
Oh yeah, it's for fucking.
The only person properly doing this pose correctly is the one in gray.
And the lady in gray with the
You're
19
right.
pack.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's the only.
But yoga's hard
only
to do.
one.
She looks like she has a front spine.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Those are her abs
Look at
stretched
her
out.
thighs,
she's,
dude. She could crush a watermelon.
She's good at this.
I'd fuck
Her
that lady if
calves
she was a
included.
dude.
I'd fuck that lady if
Her
she was a
feet
dude
look
too,
like
man.
they
Yeah.
could do some
Hell
damage.
Me and
I'd
Chase-
only fuck her if she was a dude.
The more I look at it, the more I notice almost every guy actually does not have a
I'd
shirt
fuck
on.
that dude if that dude was a dude.
I'd fuck that dude if that dude was a dude. I like
yeah.
that.
I mean,
Chris,
I would,
there are
'cause I would
5
check.
dudes without their shirts on, by the way.
Is that
it's
hot
down in
yoga?
5.
Yeah, but there's one who I feel like is just like
Oh, this guy's
yeah,
a
for
tool.
sure, for sure.
This guy's
I
a
think you're just
fucking
being biased
tool.
because
That-
he's a hairy dude.
I
think
feel
they
like-
all don't have
Nah,
shirts on.
man. he's
Dustin,
just-
I'm a Sagittarius.
Look at his
and I
face.
feel like
Wait,
I
what's
feel
all
like
the-
Look
he,
at his face. He's
I-
a fucking
What's
tool.
all the liquid underneath of the guy in blue shorts?
Yes.
Everybody's
What
sweating.
is he like rubbed down?
It's hot
Okay, no,
yoga.
not
He
everyone's sweating.
defi-
Nobody
He
is
so
sweating.
sweaty.
He definitely
He's the
pissed
only one with a
himself.
wet mat.
Nah, he stretched
Yeah.
the wrong
Even
way,
anger.
pissed himself.
Because nobody's sweating.
Also,
hot
I'm
yoga.
pretty sure he has a beer
should be
because
sweating.
his does not look like a
also
cup like the rest.
why
of them
do
either.
all the women there and stuff? Why are there boxes with like stuff in boxes? Like that's maybe that's one of the steps so you can stretch longer.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
to hold your body.
Yeah,
a
you
little bit
fucking
higher.
idiot.
Yeah, whatever, Cheech. Like you fucking. I
had
corrected
no
myself.
idea.
You'd have no idea.
women in
Look at the
yoga,
lighting
man,
in there.
so stupid.
Either way, none of those
Look
guys.
at the guy behind the blue.
None of the
Look at
guys
his
even
foot.
have a
It's
shirt
very
on the ground, which
feminine.
means they entered no shirt, which means they know what they're doing.
Their wives are pissed.
I'd fat guy in a pool this event. I would show up in a t-shirt
Absolutely.
and just wring my sweat out on everybody on accident.
That one
The
guy's
guy in the
already doing
back
it.
in black is like, I wasn't even fucking ready yet.
Oh shit,
yeah,
he
yeah,
is.
he
He's
was.
doing that.
Why the fuck? I wasn't
Shay,
ready.
you know he's what? You know why
My
he's not
shirt's
ready?
still on, bro.
Exactly right, Cheech.
My shirt's
His
still
shirt's
on,
still on, and
bro.
he's pissed off
What
about
the
it.
fuck?
He's not prepared at all.
Michaela's taking a fucking picture,
I
and
still got my
fucking
beater on.
Bryce in the
and
back
You guys
got
are
it, man.
halfway through the lesson.
Oh, his name is Bryce. Bryce for
what
sure.
is that? Is that what's it? Soldier 2, Warrior 2?
Don't ask me.
You don't know, Shay.
I don't know.
Pete,
shit
what are
about
your
fuck.
thoughts on
I
yoga?
was just gonna find the sound
Yoga's
drop.
cool. I mean, it's good. I'm a fat man, so I don't do any exercise right now.
Heard it.
But yoga's good for you for sure.
My thing with yoga is I feel like it takes too long. Like I feel guilty spending an hour and a half to stretch.
Yeah, you
I
can
wanna
do
get
it in like
into it.
20 minutes. Like that.
You
don't have to do
cannot
an hour
properly
and
stretch your entire body in 20 minutes.
a half. Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. Each stretch has to have like somewhere between like 5 and 8 minutes.
Hold
to,
on.
To
I don't
hold
think
that pose.
I don't think anybody in this room's an expert on stretching.
Fuck no, my dude.
By no means am I.
Nah.
Ask the science guys next week. It's just the
Yeah.
first question to ask them.
Dustin, you don't have to be so self-conscious about
There
it,
you
man.
go.
I was like, there's a guy that does science next week, and Dustin's like, I better fucking nail it.
Oh yeah, it's all like dude, they're in a fucking room. It's like the act that comes on after you.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't like tear you apart.
Pete, I want to get back to a little comedy before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Do you have anything coming up that people can look forward to? Or like anybody who wants to find your comedy, where can they find you and your podcast? Because I do kind of want to talk about that real quick before we wrap it up.
Go to my Instagram, Pete Morris Comedy. There's a link in my bio to everything podcast and Pete. I put clips out every week of the podcast, clips out pretty often, stand-up clips. This Thursday, remember that hell gig I was telling you about in Indiana, PA?
Yeah.
I'm going back, baby.
Hell yeah.
And it's going to pay $35, and I'll get a little bit of pizza if Dale Miller doesn't eat it all. And
There you go.
then, yeah, and I'm going to feature here on Thursday.
Okay,
When
yeah.
is this? Oh, this comes out right now. It's fucking live, Pete, you idiot. Yeah, come here on Thursday
Yeah, the
night.
video will be out. The audio will be up by the end of the night. But yeah, stop down on Thursday. I love the mic here. I haven't done the mic here, but I used to live down the street, and obviously we did a show here.
Are you giving stand-up a go? Like, are you going to start doing it more often?
I've done it like 2 or 3 times right now.
Yeah,
and
I
I'd
saw your
like-
first time at Corner Cafe, and you were,
Oh, no way.
you
Were
were
you there?
nervous.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. It was pretty good for your first time.
Thank you.
I was laughing.
Wait, were you there the first night?
Yeah.
I was there the first night.
There we go.
Well,
I didn't see you.
I didn't see it. Well, I probably saw you.
Corner Cafe.
I probably
you
thought,
can-
who's that hoodlum in the corner?
I look a little bit different.
And how do I get a fuck him, man?
I want to fuck that hoodlum.
You could have just asked.
If I was the woman, I'd fuck that hoodlum, man.
You could
An
have just
AR.
asked. It was the bathroom was very nice.
If I wasn't going on next, I'd fuck that street boy.
That was how Aladdin started. I don't know if a lot of people know that, man.
Jafar just wanted to fuck Aladdin. That's all he wanted to do. A whole new world.
Something about the little hat, man. It's submissive.
I love it.
The little hat and the ball gag. You didn't see that in that one, but
Yeah, Cheech, if you were Arabian, your cheeks would be open right now.
They're already
he's a raging Arabian.
Yeah, dude, this Thursday. Go to my Instagram.
But no, for sure.
OnlyFans link.
Do you
in
know who's doing the
bio.
mic this week?
Who's
Who's
hosting?
running it? Yeah.
I would guess Ronnie if he's not on the road, but not sure.
Definitely stop down because whoever is hosting at 565, like for real, is like there's some really funny people who host it. There's some really funny people who come in. So definitely stop down. It's one of those things like, oh, well, I don't want to stop down. I don't want to leave. Like, there's a lot of local places. You can get some really solid comedy. Like, I've gone to Willow Station.
yeah.
There's guys that have gone to the Improv and shit. Like, a lot of, like Seneca Stone, Ed Bailey. Like, these are some people who, like, come out and support the local comedy scene because, like, seriously, it's just a good time.
It is.
Like, if you're going to go out and drink anyway, why not have these guys in the background? It's fun. And, like, the guys recognize, like, they like hearing some feedback.
Yeah.
It's a good time for everybody.
Yeah, it's the best mic, or one of the best mics. There's been times like where it's like me, Bryce Aaron, Chuck Lewis, Trip Callahan, and just like absolute murderers, like back to back for like the last 5 spots of the show, which is everybody's drunk, everybody's having a good time. This room is like kind of packed, and it's just bang, 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 like killing absolute murderous laughter, and you're like, oh yeah, that's why we do this. Like,
Pete, I'm going to give you a compliment, and it's not going to sound like a compliment at first. Okay? I feel like I watch a lot of stand-up.
Yeah.
And I like comedy. I'm like a comedy nerd. I feel like not everyone appreciates how funny you really are.
oh yeah, I mean,
Okay, now, because...
first of all, I'm a god.
Yeah.
No,
Like Pete, like every time I've seen Pete here a couple of times just coming in because like I used to live down the street, like I said, I'd come in, have a beer, and like, why not watch these people?
Right.
Especially because like I want to do certain things with this. I want to know what everybody else is about. Like I just like knowing about it. Pete is for sure funny, and like I feel like not that he doesn't get laughs because he for sure does, but Pete's like for sure funny. Like if you see him, if you go out. Like, I do. Like, I wouldn't have Pete on here if I didn't think he was for sure funny. Everybody I have on here is because I think they're actually
They have
funny.
potential, right? Yeah.
And like, I've seen Pete perform a couple times. I thought he was really funny. I hung out with him at Willow Station, I think, one night. Yeah. And, like, for sure, like, I wouldn't have these people on if I didn't think they were funny. Check them out. There's some really talented people, like, locally. You don't have to, like, outsource. You don't have to look at a lot of places. Check out Pete's podcast. Check out Dustin's podcast. Dustin.
I do have a podcast.
Yeah, no, tell everybody about your podcast.
My podcast is Smart House. And
What is
we
it?
talk
It's
about
about
Smart House.
she was
What
like,
was
What's that?
What was it?
He did
Smart House. H-A-U-S.
Okay, not H-E-W.
That's not how. Okay, yeah.
That was like a House of Tyler Perry's Boston accent.
I can't do it. To be honest, that's like half the job. I cannot do a great Yinzer accent.
No,
at
you
all.
need the AI. You need the AI.
Yeah.
Say
So I
Smart
usually-
House.
Peach will teach you.
Yeah,
I'm
usually
teaching
ask
my
guests.
master class next week if you want to join.
If
there
you
you
cheat,
go.
Just stand there and blowing off my pants tonight. All
Oh,
right?
I have a good Yinzer story for you guys for
Okay, yeah.
Pittsburgh. Okay, so you guys know South Side, obviously.
Yeah.
There's a beer distributor called Black and Gold. It's like 10th and Bradish or something, whatever like that. And the lady that works there, I've become friends with her. She like owns the place. She's older. Yinzer, like 60 years old. And I'm like, I'm going to ask her where she gets her
Someone's
pizza.
Dustin's age.
Yeah. She's like a little younger than Dustin. But and so I'm like, this lady's lived here her whole life. I need to ask her about pizza. I'm like, I've been going to
like that. That's your train of thought. She's lived her whole life. I need to ask about pizza.
I just moved here like in May or something. I want to know where the spots are for food and shit.
For sure.
So I'm like, this lady's gonna have all the fucking answers. And so I go, yeah, like I've been getting it at Sal's. Dough Bar's pretty good. It's expensive, franchise, whatever. And she's like, yeah, Domino's has pretty good deep dish. And what's that big slice? Banny's pretty good. I'm like, you just gave me the 2 worst fucking pizza recommendations.
People,
That's how you know she's a true yinzer, my friend. That's how you know it's a true one.
Benny's has the idea, which is great for certain things. Like, it doesn't have to be good; it just has to be big.
Yep, it's got to be big. I feel like
that.
There's a group of Americans whose like favorite pizza is a franchise no longer in existence.
What, Pizza Outlet?
Yeah, just stuff like that. No. Like Hungry Howie's is no longer in certain regions.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that lady's vibe, and I love her even more now.
She gave up a hard Hungry Harry's vibe. Yeah. Hungry Harry is the 3rd worst vagina name. In case anyone was wondering, it was Gash, Slit, and then Hungry Harry.
That sounds like a fun cult.
Yeah. That's funny.
Shay, it's so wonderful to see you as always, man.
I know. This is the highlight of each week.
Pete, before we wrap it up, can you tell everybody, if anybody wants to find you one last time, all your shit?
Pete Moore's Comedy on Instagram. That's where all the links are. My podcast is Smart House. No.
It's Smart House.
We'll see podcast links in my bio.
Dustin.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You can follow me on Instagram, all social media. It's The Beardy Boy.
Okay.
But you can also check out www.thepits.company, and that's where you can find podcasts, a bunch of different videos. I do a bunch of stuff, so.
Absolutely. And Dustin, I for sure want to have you back on occasionally to do like a tech segment.
Yeah.
So if you're down, I would love to.
Yes.
Pete, I hope I never fucking see you again.
Burn this place to the ground.
Check Pete out. Stop down at 565. Seriously, like, I know we do the show here, but it's a cool fucking place.
It is.
Pete will be down here on Thursday. There's always some really cool comics down here. There's some really cool people in Pittsburgh. See them before, they blow up too much. Like Pete Morris, man.
Yeah. I know what you mean, though, by like when you were trying to give me that compliment without...
No, because I feel like I understand like the structure of the joke.
Well, because I do the first version of jokes here a lot because Alyssa from Steel City is here every week with her friends, and so if I repeat a joke from last week, they don't laugh. And they're most of the audience, like every week. So I have to go up there and be like, "What do you guys think of gay racist cops?" And people are like, "What?" And then I have to make that into a real joke eventually, and now it's a good joke.
Yeah.
Gay retarded cop. God
damn it. He said racist, but did he just take it to another level, Pete?
I was touching on what we were talking about earlier, but it doesn't matter.
If a gay racist cop that was also retarded would speak, what would he sound like?
Probably fucking like Cheech.
Sick, dude. Fuck yeah.
I wanted to say that was I'm setting you up for failure, and you nailed it, man.
Awesome.
If I did an impression.
I was really waiting for that.
Well, save it for off the air. No, I'm kidding. But Cheech, we're so happy to be back at 565. We took a week off for Halloween. But Cheech, Shay, it's so wonderful to see you. Definitely listen in next week. We have Jordan and Frank talking about science. We have Michelle from Pittsburgh Foodie Girls and Dave Foreman from Played at Pittsburgh. That's going to be super fun. That's going to be a big show. So definitely tune into that. Watch on YouTube and Facebook. Follow Dustin. Follow Pete on all their stuff. Cheecharoni. Follow at Cheecharoni _. Follow Shaylee, baby.
Thanks.
Follow myself. Or don't. I don't care. But for everybody. For Cheech. For Shay.
I'm going to say is,
for Dustin.
So,
Dad. No, I'm done, man. It would have been perfect.
I'm so happy that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at PoorMansPod412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast signing off. See you next week.